On the way to the ring, from Toronto, Ontario, Canada, weighing in at 241 pounds, Edge.
A big bienvenue to our fans around the world from Montreal, Quebec. Jim Ross here with Jerry the King Lawler.
And folks, let me assure you that tonight's show is a lot better than JR's French. Sheesh.
Well, there's no question of that, King. These Montreal fans are ready to get started, and so am I. So what are we waiting for?
It's like he read his opponent's mind. I remember a similar match, but I can't remember how it ends. But I'm pretty sure JBL wins, though. He usually does, you know.
Yeah, and usually he's all fired up now, King, and I'd hate to be on the receiving end.
I don't think his opponent's got a hope of hurting him now. Yeah? Well, somebody better put out that fire.
Oh, come on now. How about a little more wrestling and a little less posture?
It's called adding insult to injury, JR, and I think it's great. I don't understand how these fans can boo it.
And there's the elimination.
CM Punk might be young, inexperienced, and wet behind the ears, but he's also got a lot to learn.
If I didn't know any better, I'd think you were a little envious of Punk's youth.
That's ridiculous. Just because I'm old enough to be his older brother doesn't mean I'm jealous. He saw that one coming. You talk about ruthless aggression. Look at the way these superstars have been going after each other.
They're not playing with kid gloves, that's for sure.
We knew we were going to see a heck of a match, but this might turn out to be... No. Go ahead and say it, JR.
All right, I will.
Well, there's one less superstar in this match now.
A reversal. Can he capitalize on it? I'd be a lot more impressed by Ken Kennedy if I didn't think he was such a pompous ass.
Hey, when you're as great as Mr. Kennedy, it's hard to be humble, JR. I know that Lashley's a big, strong guy, but there's a lot of big, strong guys out there. What makes him so special?
How about the fact that he's a 3-time National Wrestling Champion, or the fact that he's a 4-time Wrestling All-American, or...
Okay, so he's got some amateur wrestling credentials. Big deal. This isn't the minor leagues, JR. This is the WWE. Wow, listen to these fans, JR.
You can fool some of the people all of the time, and all the people some of the time. That went nowhere.
I can't believe he countered that one.
No! How can the referee allow something like that?
Come on, JR. You know that the referee's health plan doesn't include vision. This has gone beyond just being a match, JR. I think these superstars genuinely hate each other.
There's no love lost between these competitors, that's for sure. If looks could kill, somebody would be pushing up daisies right now.
And you've got to admit, that makes for a much more interesting match, JR.
It sure does.
Oh, man! That's going to change the tone of this match, JR.
Yeah, and not for the better either. I wish the ref would actually pay attention to what's going on.
Listen to the...
Oh, boy. The adrenaline is pumping. I think this could be the beginning of the end.
No, it can't end like this. Come on, do something quick.
This capacity crowd is solidly behind their superstar. Look at this.
Wow, could you be any more biased, JR? How about some fair and balanced commentary? He turned the tables on his opponent with that one.
Look at him feeding off the energy from this capacity crowd. He's unstoppable.
You can't ever count on these fans, JR. They're fickle, and they'll abandon you in a heartbeat.
JBL's a financial wizard and a huge success in business. But what he strikes me as the kind of man who knows the price of everything and the value of nothing.
What are you talking about, JR? JBL's, oh, sure. Now the fans start to cheer for him. Now that he's in the driver's seat.
Come on, King. He's had the crowd behind him all match. And now it's paying off.
I think he's looking to finish off his opponent right here.
He sure is. And that Dominator's exactly the way to do it. Well, all I can say is someone's been eating their vitamins and saying their prayers.
They sure are, JR, and I love to hear it.
This is a risky move. It could prove to be disastrous.
Uh-oh. Come on. You got to stop this guy before he really gets going.
I don't think that's going to happen, King. He's built up too much momentum to be stopped now.
I think Matt Hardy should change his slogan. I don't believe it. He's been eliminated. His opponent telegraphed that one. There's two things I like about Elijah Burke. The first is his talent for talking trash.
I can't argue with that. Although I don't think it's his most admirable quality. What's the second thing?
The fact that he can back it up in the ring. This guy's pure dynamite between those ropes.
Oh, man. I think we're about to see a high risk. He might as well start walking back to the locker room. He's out of this match.
Oh, no. I don't like the looks of this.
He's got the fans behind him, King, and his opponent had better watch out.
You're not going to win a match by it.
This match has come to an abrupt end for that superstar.
Watch out! He reversed it! You can look at any professional sport you want, JR, and you won't find more incredible athletes than the WWE superstars.
You're not wrong, King. They compete every week until they are physically incapable of continuing.
What does he think he's doing? He's just showing off for the crowd now.
He's wrestling the match his way, and I think it's going to pay off, mark my words.
I'll tell you, this MVP is 1 in a million.
Well, if that's the case, I'd like to see the other 999,000.
Oh, here we go. What a jerk. How about continuing the match?
I don't think he's in any. He's going for the overdrive.
He calls that the playmaker, and nobody does it better. Oh, boy. These fans have got something on their minds, JR.
Well, they paid for their tickets, King, and they've got a right to say whatever they want.
So, how do you think this one's going to turn out, JR?
Honestly, King, I have absolute... Is that... Yes, that's an elimination!
He reversed it!
He's not going to get caught with that one. Very few superstars has so completely dominated their opponents the way this young stud Lashley has done in his career thus far.
Yeah, but the problem with being the biggest guy around is that there's always somebody bigger waiting to take you down a peg.
He countered that and made it look easy. He's a slippery devil.
Up and over and out. Eliminated. Did you ever think you'd be watching these superstars compete against each other here tonight, JR?
I had a feeling their paths are going to cross sooner or later, and I'm glad I'm here to see it.
Me too. It almost makes it worth having to sit next to you and listen to those corny expressions of yours. What the heck is a government mule anyway?
It's what you get beat like. We're in the middle of a slobber knock. And if you don't have the guts to stick around, you might run like a scalded dog with a case of the limber tail.
All right, enough! I'm getting a translator before I have to come out here with you again. Every time you get into the ring with me...
Oh, for the love of... Open your eyes, Red! I can't believe he got away with that.
Well, you might not like it, JR, but he's gonna do whatever it takes to win this one. After some of the things we've seen in this ring, JR, I think we'd better remind the folks at home not to try this stuff themselves.
That's for damn sure, King. The WWE superstars are trained professionals.
And even they don't walk away from every match in the best shape.
They sure don't. We've seen more than one superstar taken out of here on a stretcher. I tell you, King, sometimes I get exhausted just watching these superstars compete.
I know what you mean, JR. I don't think most people appreciate what incredible...
He's been removed from the ring and from contention in this match. What a phenomenon is the Animal Batista. You talk about a force of nature, you're looking at him right there.
Force of nature? More like freak of nature, if you ask me. The fact that Batista even considers himself a main eventer is ridiculous.
He's a multiple-time heavyweight
over the top rope and down to the floor. That's an elimination.
This is Raw action at its finest. That's why Raw is the #1 brand of sports entertainment.
You've got that right, JR. You're not going to see this kind of action on Smackdown.
Not on Smackdown or anywhere else.
Talk about adding insult to injury, tossed out of the ring and the match. I talked to these superstars.
There he goes. He's out of the match.
Man, I don't mind telling you, JR, this Umaga scares the heck out of me.
He's a savage. He's primal, a carnivore, like some kind of wild animal.
Yeah, and if he wasn't competing in the WWE, they'd probably have him locked up in a cage and charge admission just to see him.
Textbook reversal there.
Man, is there even going to be anything left of these superstars by the time they're done?
Not if they have their way, King. Everything they came in here with tonight is going to be left in.
Look out! Here it comes!
The Playmaker connects, and this one could be academic.
Well, from the looks of things, it's not hard to tell how this one's going to go.
What are you talking about, King? I think this is still an extremely competitive match that could go either way.
You know, JR, it's obvious that the only exercise you get is stretching the truth or jumping to conclusions.
Oh, boy. Of all the things that can happen to you in a ring, that's got to be one of the most painful.
No kidding, JR. That's some very delicate equipment down there.
I've got a feeling that this has all the makings of an instant classic.
That's probably just gas, JR.
Well, I did have some good old Oklahoma barbecue before tonight's show, but I don't think that's it, King. Sounds like this crowd's got something on their minds, King.
Who cares about them, JR? Look, wow. He wasn't too gentle about throwing him out.
That's one fewer superstar in this match. He just got tossed out rather unceremoniously, in my opinion. These fans love confidence in their superstars, and that's just what they're seeing from him here tonight.
Well, he can do this until the cows come home, but that's not going to win him the match.
you've got to ask yourself, how much punishment will these superstars be able to withstand tonight?
I don't know, JR, but I think they're pretty intent on finding out.
They certainly are. I don't know how it's going to end, but I can guarantee they're going to leave it all in the ring. That's it. The match is over for that particular superstar.
You know, JR, everyone goes on and on about how great The Undertaker is, but I think he's overrated. Oh my gosh, he's been eliminated from the match. Boy, this John Cena is his own biggest fan. How come all of these rappers can't talk about anything except how great they are?
He's got it.
Looks like his hopes of winning this one have been shattered, JR. Oh boy, this won't do you any favors.
It certainly doesn't, King. A flurry of unanswered blows raining down. And there's a little something for the crowd. The best superstars never ignore their fans.
The best superstars also finish off their opponents instead of giving them time to recover.
He doesn't look too happy about it, but an elimination is an elimination.
I'm so disgusted with Batista, JR. This is a mistake, JR. Everyone knows that overconfidence costs superstars matches.
That might be true, King, but all I see is a very confident superstar who's got everything going his way. Excellent counter. What ring presence. You're not going to get him with that one.
I spin the face of people who don't want to be cool.
What an incredible performance by these phenomenal superstars.
Did you expect anything less, JR? I mean, look who's in the ring right now.
No, I didn't, King. I had high expectations, and
He took a ride over the top rope, down to the floor, and out of this match. That's it. He's out of the ring, and that means he's out of the match, too.
Think I'm cute. I know I'm sexy. I've got the looks.
Look at the fire in the eyes of the great Khali. He's here to deliver a slobber knocker.
Yeah, well, that's not hard to do when you're a 7-foot monster.
And it's been reversed. Boy, what an incredible competitor Rey Mysterio is. I'd have to say that pound for pound.
All's fair in love and war, JR. And I love it when this guy goes to war.
Whoever said that cheaters never prosper certainly never saw this man in action.
I think these superstars are getting some feedback from the crowd, JR.
Nothing wrong with that, King. That's what we like to hear.
How can Shawn Michaels keep calling himself the Heartbreak Kid? Does he really think he's still breaking hearts at his age?
King, I'm sorely tempted to say something about the pot and the kettle. But instead, I'll say that I think Shawn Michaels is like a fine wine. He's only improved with age. Is there any superstar in WWE who can go toe-to-toe with that man, The Undertaker? I don't think there is.
Have you got both your contacts in one eye, JR? There's no way The Undertaker's gonna win this match. Just look at him.
Oh, I am, King. I'm looking at one of the most awesome forces I've ever seen in a WWE ring. And I think the dead man's going to remind everyone tonight why they call him the Phenom.
Randy Orton is a genius.
Look at the confidence radiating off this superstar.
All I see is an overconfident superstar who's throwing away the match by not following up.
Well, you can't ever accuse the WWE fans of being shy about saying, what a reversal.
I'll never understand what the big deal is about Batista. He's just another superstar with more muscles than brains as far as I'm concerned.
You couldn't be more wrong, King. I've always found Batista to be extremely intelligent. You don't often see anyone put anything past him in the ring or outside it.
I don't think the fans appreciated that one very much, but I don't think he cares much what the fans think.
That much is obvious, King. What a low-down, despicable move that was. These superstars are in terrific shape, and that comes as no surprise whatsoever.
No kidding. If you don't have that conditioning, you're not going to last long in a match.
You sure aren't. And that's only one of the many reasons I try to stay out of the ring whenever possible.
There's the reversal. This great Khali is a bona fide monster. I feel sorry for anyone who's got to get in the ring with him.
So do I. You get the feeling this freak of nature Khali isn't here just to win matches. He wants to end careers. Man, how smash mouth is Marcus Corvon?
He's the alpha male. He's the top of the food chain. And they don't get any bigger or badder than him. I don't think that these superstars have even contemplated the fact that they might lose.
I'm sure they haven't. That's not the kind of attitude.
Here's your winner, Triple